Sivir, Yuumi that have not been able to scale. So TSM are looking for snowballing here. Meanwhile, the Lissandra, in the reverse, if the Lissandra team is ahead, then Lissandra is actually really nice into Akali because you can just W giantly in the Shroud. If your teammates are ahead and they can play off you, then you can just snowball against the Akali by having these giant AoEs for the Shroud. You can find her in the Shroud, pop her. You can single target ultimate her offensively. If it's not forced on you to use your ult defensively, then it's actually a really snowball matchup in your favor if you can rely on your teammates. And especially into the Gnar. With those recent Gnar nerfs, flat health taken down significantly, the early levels, you can even look for ganks and kills on the mini Gnar.
The faith shall be rewarded goes for a whole different team, but FlyQuest borrowing from it somewhat when putting that belief behind Philip here on this roster ever since joining. And we'll see how he can hold it down continually against Solo. I mean, I think he's a player that has been very intriguing to watch because we haven't had expectations for him. I'm wondering what expectations we should hold for TSM, though. And for more on the matter, let's hear from TSM. Different look of their bot lane, keeping their eyes somewhat on mid lane already. Chime looking to unlock from these lanes as soon as possible, as we're witnessing in this time.
Yep, that early roam, again, unlock the bottom lane. Chime gets the roam out on top side. They push out, and so the pressure that you get from having a Draven lane leaks into the rest of the map. Out here, roams up through mid. Now they're going to find him on the blue buff. The invade from FlyQuest.
Speaker just wants the buff for himself. Flashes over the wall, answered by JOSEDEODO. Blast Cone gets TUKI over it, but it's first blood here in the hands of JOSEDEODO on the enemy jungler.
And again, playing off that top lane for FlyQuest, their answer was, guess what? We're giving Philip the jack there. So they knew they could push out, they could farm easily. Now Maple under attack. FlyQuest looking for another one.
Oh, gets towards his turret, but loses the flash. A key moment there.
Yeah, FlyQuest so aggressive, and JOSEDEODO stepping up.
Hear him coming and says, I don't want any of this trouble with Chime. It's something that FlyQuest are continuously aware of whenever he's not showing on the map. And right now, 2v2 of a different kind. Exhaust onto Spica. Chime taking up most of the damage. Tries to get the stun up with the E, but now he's on the retreat. The rest of the mid lane has come to party. Chime goes down to TUKI, and Maple also down low. Flashing forward from Tactical. See if he can finish this off. JOSEDEODO about to go down, but TUKI with a double kill thus far. Johnson keeping his eyes on Maple. Gets him through with a bit of the Q, and Tactical, he makes his way towards the lane, and there's the disengage here. Quite scrappy off the top.
Yeah, even then, you see the power of a Draven with the spinning axes up.
Which means that they're the ones with the 1.3k gold lead right now, picking up the first dragon. JOSEDEODO, the plays he has been attempting to make across have been fruitful thus far, but TSM, they have his bot lane in their sights. They get the stun, but Johnson shields it, end up getting the pick onto Aphromoo, protects the AD carry, but gives his own life.
Yeah, he's actually the sacrifice. Aphromoo just jumped off. It was like, holds up his hand. Guess what? All right, throw the bone screw at me. You can take me instead, and Chime does.
Half of Yumi's job nowadays.
Actually,
take me instead, Kobe!
Actually, the sacrifice there. Aphromoo jumps off. He receives the bone skewer. He receives the death. Allows the Sivir to go right back. Reset there anyways and get back to lane. So, TSM. Kui's coming up too. If Solo stays around, they dive him for sure. He's got to get out of there.
Yeah, he has to back all the way back. He knows that there's some FlyQuest members there waiting to clean him up if given the opportunity to do so. TSM, on the other hand, though, Spica taking over as blue. Chime continuing with that positioning that he can do, executing into the jungle, creating some of the space for Tactical, who's been farming away every time he's down there, getting that CS up as much as possible.
Yeah, and that's why they made the whole changes here for TSM. Tactical making good on the swap to put him in. Draven has been the powerhouse for TSM, has the extra cleanup kill, made the difference.
On the Rift Herald now, this will be a nice way for them to control another portion of the map, try and offset some of that pushing that Philip and the like would be doing.
Yeah, try and offset some of the work that Jose and TUKI were able to get for FlyQuest in the early game. FlyQuest with some pretty powerful early moves, and it caused some issues there for them, allowing TUKI to get some early kills. But they return to the focus on the game plan here. wind conditions play off that early snowball.
Oh, JOSEDEODO, he's going in the back line, though. Exhaust on to Tactical. Can they fire enough back? Johnson sure does to take down that Draven. Flash away from Spica, back into the river he goes. And in pursuit, Johnson misses with the Q, but he does get the auto. Double kill for Sivir, but it's going to keep on going. Maple, he is around, does have ultimate, but that's that. Take out the vision and end the action.
Yeah, TUKI was just mirroring the hover here, so roaming down, there's no threat on. Oh, the recall actually goes off. They really want to punish the Sivir, but Spell Shield should be up, so Johnson will be fine. 100 gold down is pretty good for them, considering they also got the early dragon, and they're the team that scales a lot more, but TSM still pushing ahead.
They start up the dragon themselves to try and prevent the stacking, but FlyQuest is here, Blasphemous and all, to get within the vicinity and pulled out of the pit. Chime looking for those aggressive angles. Johnson has to take the long way around to rejoin the team safely. JOSEDEODO going back into it. They don't quite have all of the ultimates, but they do take down Spica. Enemy jungler down around the objective is a decent place to be, but in the end, FlyQuest, they've got the numbers, they poke them off and they take the Drake.
Huge stuff for FlyQuest. They're not done yet either. Jose wants more.
They know that Tactical's a big threat and they want to take him down. The ultimate finally back up here from Yuumi and the follow-up from JOSEDEODO. Johnson kill onto Draven again, and it's just Maple here standing. A low bar is something that he sets his target on and manages to finish with the bird. Is good.
TUKI, let's go. My goodness, this Wukong is laying it down on TSM. Jose, give him a break, give him a breather. The man's got 100% kill participation. What an army.
While that early kill went over to Tactical, since then, FlyQuest, JOSEDEODO denying him. How scared should TSM be? When you talk about it, wait, let's go ahead and pause on that, because again, Tactical, the subject of this aggression, Johnson getting another kill into his pocket because the combo of JOSEDEODO and Aphromoo right now is too strong. So still leaning into that point. How scared should TSM be when Draven keeps getting killed off like that?
I mean, they've got to be head in hands right now. Run in fear. You know the Wukong is coming, but you can't do anything about it. Again, W goes in, invisible with the Yuumi on top of him. Jose lays it down. Draven has no escapes. The flash is coming up soon, so maybe he lives next time, but the damage has been done. 2,000 gold lead, 2 dragons for FlyQuest. Rift Herald about to get picked up by Jose as well.
And he's on it. Despite some of TSM being around, you can see Chime continuing to hook top side. There's not much that they can do effectively. TUKI, though. Chime tried to hit him with the Bone Spear, wasn't able to do so. All the while, FlyQuest pushing down mid, so they get this outer turret down. One of the most important in the game. They've sent Philip down to the bot side as well, facing off against Solo, who is pushing some of that aggression that you are able to achieve earlier when Tactical was farming up. Just waiting. Cats are pretty patient. Right over the wall, gets a knock-up, gets a couple flashes out of it too, and even then, he still got the Yuumi throwing out the ultimate for that lockdown upon them. TSM are here with the teleport coming in from the FlyQuest side. Solo hopping towards Maple, but guess what? You have got a Johnson on the other side too. Tactical flash followed up by a flash from Philip. Maple's making his way down. He can't get there in time, so TSM, the remaining members, have to retreat, and this turret, now within the crosshairs of FlyQuest, goes on down.
Where Jose and Aphromoo go, you've got to run. He still has 100% kill participation on the Wukong here for the team. Even though the first W does not get over the wall, they have the ward here anyways, and it's all as intended, just the patience there. They get the team fight anyway. FlyQuest will get dragon number 3, and that has been the recipe.
Well, back into it, I just feel like, you know, FlyQuest, they're the kind that they save the environment and animals and all the nice thing, and here you got a cat, and then you got the Monkey King, and they're just paying FlyQuest the favor for being so kind to the world out there.
Keyword Jumanji, attack! Yeah. FlyQuest.
Definitely some synergy thematically on their side. Over 3K in their gold now.
It's actually funny. Never mind. We'll see about this team fight.
Well, see what ends up happening. Tactical, the subject of Johnson, but most of the action directly over here in the Riverside. TUKI burns so low. JOSEDEODO trying to knock him up and eventually finishes this onto Draven. Solo too low as well and in mini form. Can't take them all up, so it leaves another target for Johnson to get. He gets the double. Maple push out of the fight. So you lose TUKI, but you get everybody else with the 3 following after. Oh, Philip finds Solo. Solo just saying, hey, I'm just chilling. Just let me go away.
Yeah, rough stuff there for TSM. You know, they're in a rough spot, so you have to try and make a surprise play. You have to try and catch them off guard, but with all the movement speed, and especially the Yuumi on top of Wukong, FlyQuest get the chase downs, they get the objectives afterwards, wiping TSM off the map.
Basically, and FlyQuest making sure that that is not the case, starting to move forward aggressively once again. They see Spica, they see Tactical, but Chime also on the outskirts. You do still have to worry about getting locked up by a Bone Skewer and kind of pulled out of your positioning here. So FlyQuest making sure to join Philip over on the top side, dueling it out with Solo. See if TSM try to turn any of it.
They want it. Spica ult.
Going for the gap closer, teleports on the opposite side as well. Quite the burn down on Philip, but he's got the counter strike to keep himself up. The Yuumi ultimate doesn't connect with everyone that they need to, so FlyQuest do retreat for the most part, but JOSEDEODO Cyclone into the back, Chime over the wall with the Z. Philip still low, and now targeted by Maple, who goes way on downtown. Solo picking up the kill on a Philip, whirling death, slicing through some, but doesn't quite pick up. There's still the 1-for-1 trade until this moment. Maple going down, that's a lot of your firepower, and so many low bars here with Spica effectively pushed out of the fight. FlyQuest feeling good about the 2 picks that they got.
Yeah, they are. They're feeling real good about it. This game is all FlyQuest now. 6,500 goal lead. Looking at the Dragon Soul in just 40 seconds. So you've got 1 reset here for FlyQuest. They're actually going to start up the Baron. TSM, they still have Chime here, and Spica is in the fog of war. Spica's hiding behind the pit right now. Right back here. He's looking for the steal. Can Spica get the objective steal? Objective bounty shutdown it would be if he could get it. They need vision for him. Somebody get some vision for Spica.
So Chime is trying to do.
He's got 400 health in a dream.
He wants to keep so close, and as soon as he does, TUKI is here for the answer. Denied.
Oh, you better keep dreaming. TUKI's there. He's gonna block you out. TUKI comes through with the Lissandra. Finds the low health Vi.
Offer some vision, get some intel on where FlyQuest is, and we're at that stage where they can take this dragon, they can take this soul. TSM not really in a position. Yeah, there's still technically some tools that you could use if you felt inclined.
The gods are not on their side for this game.
Not quite. But there you have it. FlyQuest with the House of the Dragon Soul. A Cloud1 at that, and the fight begins. They find this pick onto Johnson that they're looking for, but the rest of the team comes on through. JOSEDEODO making sure to set it up. Look at it. FlyQuest, Dawn in the purple, pushing it down this bot lane. TSM, not much left to make their stand on. Maple, still targeted, slices through on the retreat here, but FlyQuest, they see that effort and they smash it down.
They aren't done yet either. Jose's out of mana, but he doesn't care. Still can auto-attack this thing down. They're going to push inside the base. Only Solo remains for TSM. Chime now reviving, trying to give him some support. Tactical 5 seconds away on the Draven, but FlyQuest are already inside the base.
If the small wave remaining on the bot side is enough for FlyQuest to push this through. Philip holding his own against Solo over towards mid. And there's no reason to continue pushing past that. You were but they still haven't been able to get a lot of their own aggressive wardings right now. Just getting this back, can't quite find the angle. It just feels like JOSEDEODO has been on an absolute rampage with the help of Aframu, never left alone anytime he runs into a member of TSM.
And he deserves all of the credit because he went for that early invade on Spica, got his mid lane ahead as well, and the only single kill in the whole game he missed out on was the Lissandra finding the Vi over the back of the Baron pit because he was on Baron, getting the objective for the team.
Yeah, and right now, you take out Solo over 30 seconds before he can come back. Numbers advantage created for FlyQuest should they need it. They take down the turret, they've got the inhibitor. TSM, it's time for you to make your last stand. TUKI is in it, gets slammed up, goes into stasis, but into the back, you get that knockup that JOSEDEODO has been able to execute time and time again. Heal coming through from TUKI as he goes into that ultimate. Clean up across the board with a Bud Light Ace here for FlyQuest. They're looking to close this game and pull into a lead for this series. 2-1, FlyQuest out on top, feeling good about it.
TUKI! Jose puts his stamp on this game. Demolishes TSM. Afromood jumping on for the ride. That Yumi